Welcome back to the nucleophilic substitution reactions. In this video, I will discuss about the different nucleophile. Then what is nucleophile? Nucleophile, we know that nucleophile should have a negative charge or a lone pair, or it may have double bond, or sometimes a single bond also. It should have a HOMO which can be donated, filled HOMO which can be donated to other LUMOs. Now nucleophile, if we consider nucleophile and base, nucleophiles and bases are structurally similar. Both have a lone pair or a pi bond or negatively charged, but they differ in what they attack. We know that bases attack protons and nucleophiles attack other electron deficient atoms. Generally, it is carbon. If we consider the diagram, you can see this is a base which can attack a proton, but a nucleophile which attacks a carbon. So their mode of action is basically different. So the nucleophile, although nucleophilicity and basicity are interrelated, they are fundamentally different. How? Basicity is a measure of how readily an atom donates its lone electron pair to a proton. It is characterized by an equilibrium constant Ka in any acid-base reaction. So it is discussed in thermodynamic terms. But in case of nucleophilicity, it is a measure of how readily an atom donates its electron pair to other atoms. It is characterized by a rate constant K, and it is discussed in kinetic terms. So they are different. They are fundamentally different. One is thermodynamic terms and another is kinetic terms. Sometimes nucleophilicity parallels basicity in three instances. What are they? For two nucleophiles with the same nucleophilic atom, the stronger base is the stronger nucleophile. For example, the relative nucleophilicity of OH- and CH3CO-, two oxygen nucleophile, both of them, is determined by the comparing their pK values of their conjugate acids. And so in case of water, conjugate acid of OH- it is 15.7, and in case of acetic acid it is 4.8. So from this data we can confirm that OH- is a stronger base and stronger nucleophile than CH3CO-. A negatively charged nucleophile is always a stronger nucleophile than its conjugate acid. OH- is a stronger base and stronger nucleophile than water. It is evident. Number 3, right to left across a row of the periodic table, nucleophilicity increases as basicity increases. You can see second row element with the same charge from fluoride OH-, NH2- and CH3-. Increasing basicity also increases nucleophilicity. Sometimes nucleophilicity does not parallel basicity when steric hindrance becomes important. Steric hindrance is a decrease in reactivity resulting from the presence of a bulky group at the site of reaction. Steric hindrance decreases nucleophilicity but not basicity. Sterically hindered bases that are poor nucleophile are called non-nucleophilic bases. For example, in case of ethoxide anion, you can see it is stronger nucleophile and base also, but in case of tertiary butoxide, it's a very bigger size. It is a stronger base, but it is a very weak nucleophile because 3CH3 group sterically hindered the oxygen atom, making it a weaker nucleophile. Now solvent effect on nucleophile. If we consider polar protic solvents, for example water, methanol, you have seen Examples of some polar protic solvent: water, methanol, ethanol, tertiary butanol, acetic acid, etc. In polar protic solvents, nucleophilicity increases down a column of the periodic table as the size of the anion increases. You can see the series from fluoride to iodide, increasing nucleophilicity in polar protic solvent. This is opposite of basicity and is due to the greater polarizability of the larger atom. The reason is that in case of salt NaBr is used as a source of the nucleophile Br minus in water. The sodium cation are solvated by ion dipole interaction with water molecules, as you have seen in the diagram, and bromide anion are solvated by strong hydrogen bonding interactions. So its effective size getting bigger. So you can see the series from fluoride to iodide, the nucleophilicity increases. If we consider polar aprotic solvents, for example, in case of acetone, acetonitrile, tetrahydrofuran, DMSO, DMF, HMPA, etc., they also exhibit dipole-dipole interactions, but they have no OH or NH bond, so they are incapable of hydrogen bonding. So in that case, polar aprotic solvents solvates cation by ion dipole interaction, as we have seen before, but anions are not well solvated. You can see, because the solvent cannot form hydrogen bond to them. So in this case, the anions are said to be naked. So in case of polar aprotic solvent, nucleophilicity parallel basicity, and the stronger base is the stronger nucleophile. Because basicity decreases as size increases down a column, so nucleophilicity decreases as well. So in this case, in case of polar aprotic solvent with increasing basicity, that is fluoride is the strongest base, so it will act as a stronger nucleophile, strongest nucleophile among the series. Here is a chart of nucleophile. You can see these are the negatively charged nucleophile. Oxygen containing nucleophiles are OH minus, OR minus, CH3CO minus, and in case of neutral nucleophile it is water and alcohol. Nitrogen containing nucleophile is azide anion, N3 minus, and in case of neutral it is ammonia or amine. In case of carbon containing nucleophile, it is Cn minus cyanide ion or acetylide anion. In case of halogen, it is chloride, bromide and iodide. In case of sulfur is SH minus or RS minus. Neutral one H2S or RSH. In the left box, this one, all are strong nucleophile because they all contain negatively charged particles. So they are strong nucleophile except chloride and acetate, which are medium. In the right box, water and alcohol are weak and the others are medium nucleophile. So it is sufficient and we will see you later.